Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So some positive news in regards to Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. According to Hearn, take it with a grain of salt, but he has confirmed to Behind the Gloves that both Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have now agreed upon a site offer, and now essentially all parties are in the process of finalising this site deal, and then the fight will finally be announced with a summer date and venue. So on the whole, that is rather positive news if you ask me. I know in the last few weeks we've been getting update after update without any real tangible news in regards to this fight, but this news seems a lot more positive to me. I know a lot of you guys out there are rather sceptical in regards to the negotiations for this fight, and don't get me wrong, I understand why. It's been very public, and at times we've not really had all that much information, and also at times there's been some negative talk coming out in regards to this fight. You know, talk such as the fight being delayed till later on in the year, or Tyson Fury needing a tune-up fight. These sort of talks haven't exactly gone down well amongst boxing fans. We want this fight signed, and we want it ASAP. And I truly believe that will still happen. I felt this way for a long time now. You know, after all of the public negotiations, after all of the back and forth, I think if this fight wasn't to happen next, then it really is a bad look for all involved, and a lot of people have egg on their faces, you know, and that'll be a bit of a PR disaster for all involved. So listen, the last few days have been positive in regards to this fight. Back end of last week, Tyson Fury confirmed the offers, said they was very interesting, very lucrative, and now of course it appears that both parties have agreed upon a site venue, and they obviously seem happy with the money. The only thing now, according to Hearn, again take that with a grain of salt, but the only thing now is to get that site finalised and set for a date. Once that happens, this fight will be announced. Now of course that could still go wrong, who knows, but I'm remaining optimistic that this fight happens next. I think it needs to, quite frankly. I think boxing needs it, us boxing fans certainly need it, and yeah, ultimately this fight would be great for the sport, and the fact that it looks like this fight will go down when both guys are in their primes, all of the belts are on the line. This truly will be a momentous occasion in the sport of boxing, especially amongst British boxing. Even if it's not in the UK, so be it. I'm long past caring about that, quite frankly. All I want is this fight to be announced, and hopefully for the summer. That's really all I'm hoping for. So fingers crossed we get an announcement rather soon, and when we do, that is when the fun begins. That's when the back and forth begins between both Tyson Fury fans and Anthony Joshua fans. That of course is going to be extremely entertaining, if not a little cringy. And you know, we can make our videos discussing this fight, breakdowns, predictions, you know, back and forths, debates. It's going to create for some great topics in the YTBC. So fingers crossed within the next few days, the next week or so, this fight gets finalised. It appears both guys really want it, and I've suspected that for quite some time now. I think both guys are supremely confident going into this. I think both guys believe they will win, and they know how important this is for their legacy, for their careers, and if one of these guys were to get the blame for this fight not happening, they will never live it down, and it will never leave them. I truly do believe this fight will happen next, and I've said that now for a few weeks, a few months. I just got this feeling, this gut feeling that it happens next. And ultimately, like I said earlier, it's the fight that boxing needs. Boxing thrives on these sort of fights. You know, these undisputed fights, these 50-50s, back and forth type fights. This is what the fans want. We've got Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez set. Undisputed fight at 140. Mike Coppinger today has announced that Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano are fighting at 154 for the undisputed crown. That looks like it's going to go down on July 17th. So we've got two undisputed fights right there. This would be the third. We could have 3 undisputed fights in 1 year in the sport of boxing. You know, and that would be amazing for the sport. And it's something for the sport to build on ultimately. So I'm remaining positive. Hopefully it happens. But watch this space, I guess. You know, we're all waiting on that news, that confirmation that this fight is official. So fingers crossed it comes through soon. One little negative though, little theory, not a theory even, just speculation, just me throwing something out there. have they put this news out there so if the fight doesn't happen next or doesn't happen right away, then neither party really loses face and the public will buy it as the venue not being agreed rather than the actual fighters being to blame? Could that be something that is being concocted? Who knows? I'll put it out there. I don't think it is personally. I really believe this fight will happen next. Anyway, share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.